Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lawrence Yu, Director of the Office Product Quality Assessment 2 at the US FDA. I serve as the rapporteur for the ICH M4Q R2 Expert Working Group. Today, I'll be presenting you on the ICH M4Q R2 draft guideline and our path forward. Thank you to the National Institute of Food Drug Safety Evaluation for hosting this important training events. The ICH M4Q R2 represents a significant evolution how we organize and present quality information for pharmaceutical products globally. Let's start by understanding where we came from. The original M4Q R1 guideline, published in September 2002, was revolutionary for its time. It established global harmonized contact and organization of quality information through the common technical document format, specifically Module 2.3, Quality Overall Summary, and Module 3, Quality. This was a substantial improvement over the previous patchwork of regional submission formats that created significant barrier to global drug development and approval. M4Q-R1 provide a unified structure that regulators worldwide could understand and assess consistently. However, over the past 20 years, we have identified several areas where M4Q-R1 needs updated to meet modern pharmaceutical product development needs. First, global implementation. M4Q-R1 was groundbreaking. We need a better support for global understanding that a truly regulatory coverage across the region. Aligned with modern guidelines. Since 2002, ICH has developed numerous quality guidelines that represents modern pharmaceutical drug development. M4Q-R1 does not adequately integrate those contemporary concepts. Today's pharmaceutical landscape includes complex products that was not available in 2002, such as antibody drug, conjugate estrogen, cell and gene therapy, vaccine, and so on. We need a clear guidance on where the information for those products should be located. Finally, digital technology integration. The digital evolution has transformed how we manage the data, conduct regulatory assessment. The M4Q-R2 must leverage those advances to enhance efficiency for both industry and regulators. The core issue we're addressing with M4Q-R2 center around the 6 key areas. We need a better organized product and manufacturing information for that facilitate easy access, analysis, and knowledge management. The pharmaceutical development and the overall control strategy should be backbone of our revised structure that represents a modern science-based approach to quality. M4Q-R2 serves as a definitive source for the structure and location of regulatory quality information and limit confusion about where the specific information should be placed. We need to enhance Module 2 to improve submission efficiency for industry and assessment. Critically, we need to incorporate all the concept and data expectations from the ICH quality guidelines, such as the Q8 to Q14. We need to align with internationally recognized standards. Finally, we need to expand the scope to include all pharmaceutical drug substance and drug product, whether biological, chemical, ensures comprehensive coverage. Our objective for M4Q-R2 can be summarized by what we call 6 E's. 6 strategic elements that guide our approach. Encourage global coverage for science and risk-based regulatory regulatory approach in dossier preparation, move beyond harmonized formats that truly harmonize scientific approaches, explain clearly organization and position for information for CTD Module 2 and Module 3. Enrich communication between regulators and applicants via enhanced lifecycle and knowledge management. Embrace product and process innovation to support modern pharmaceutical development. Finally, enable to efficient use of digital tools for submission assessment and elucidating regulatory expectations to support the assessment, decision-making, and regulatory action. So the evolution from M4QR1 to M4QR2 presents a significant advance across multiple dimensions. Enhanced digitalization. We are providing sufficient granularity to facilitate digital submission, move beyond the paper-based thinking to truly digital native approaches. Emerging technology. The guideline accommodated advanced manufacturing technology, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and bioinformatics. Those technologies clearly is not available in 2002. Structured data management. We are building support for modern data management process that enable better analysis and decision making. And lifecycle management, there's a better integration of post-approval change management, recognize that regulatory submission isn't just the beginning of the product journey. And flexibility, the structure is adapted for all types of medicinal product, from traditional small molecules to most advanced biologics and therapies. So M4QR2 has a comprehensive scope of covering all medicinal products for human use and their constituents. That include initial marketing authorization application, master files, and post-approval change submissions. The structure provides a flexible accommodation of emerging product type. We're designing for products that not even exist yet. So key structure elements remain in Module 2.3 as a quality summary, providing the what and why. So Module 2 is about what and why, while Module 3 serves as a body of the data, providing the how and the detailed data. This clearly division of the purpose help both applicants in preparing submissions and regulators in conducting assessment. Now this slide illustrates one of the most important concept shift in M4QR2. Establish M4Q Module 2 as a primary basis for regulatory assessment. As you probably know, today the EMA and the FDA focus on Module 3, yet the PMDA Japan focus on Module 2. So this is change. We aligned all the regulators worldwide. Specifically, Module 2 provides a comprehensive overview of a product and core quality information that regulators need for decision making. It includes the product manufacturing process understanding and justification, serve as a foundation for post-approval lifecycle management. Module 3 remains the information or data repository, but it is clearly positioned as a supporting Module 2. This supporting role includes emerging concepts in digital tools, standardization, data management, and advanced analytics. This structure enables efficient, effective, patient-centric, and global harmonized submission and assessment while minimizing dossier redundancy. It supports various types of submission and product modality and prepare us for the future implementation of structured quality submissions. So the design of M4QR2 follows a logical hierarchy that support both understanding and assessment. Module 2.3 provides what and why through several key components. Development summary and justification, summarize the development process and provide a scientific rationale. Core quality information focus on essential quality aspects needed for assuring product quality. Overall development, the overall control strategy provide a holistic view of the medicinal product and submission. Module 3 continues to serve as a body of data offering additional in-depth information to support the submission, that is how and the detailed data. Now this design ensures the regulators can efficiently access information they need for decision making while maintaining access to supporting data detail when it's needed. Now this organization chart provides a very comprehensive overview of a complete M4Q2 structure. I know it's a little bit busy, but I would like to walk you through each component systematically. First, Module 2.3 quality overview. Start with Module 2.3, which serves as an overall quality overview. We have 6 main sections. Section 2.3.1 general information serve as our foundation, provide basic product identity. Think of this as a business card for your product that immediately tells the reviewers what they are evaluating. Section 2.3.2 overall development and overall control strategies is where we present strategic overview. This section integrates your quality target overall summary, critical quality attributes, development strategy, control strategy. Essentially, big picture of how your product was designed and will be controlled. Core quality information is the heart of the submission. This contains all information necessary for science and risk-based regulatory assessment. Notice how this is organized by same material which we see in Module 3. This parallel structure between Module core quality information and Module 3 that ensures consistency and easy cross-referencing. Development summary and justification tells the story how you got to your final product and process, including scientific rationale for key decision making and end-user product development. Section 2.3.5 Product Lifecycle Management provides a framework for managing changes throughout the product lifecycle, including the change summary, lifecycle management documents, and the change management protocol. The product quality benefit risk section in Module 2 is optional, but available for certain products, especially for those in the high-speed pathway where the quality consideration need to be integrated into overall benefit risk assessment. Move to Module 3. Our body of data contains a detailed description of method, data, and other relevant quality information that support Module 2.3. Now this structure represents a fundamental shift from M4Q1, where the organization sometimes leads to the information to be scattered or duplicated. And the M4Q2 create a logical navigating framework that serves both applicants' preparation submission and regulators conduct assessment. So when we have many sections, one of the questions you will see how those sections able to working together. Therefore, understanding how this section working together is critical for both initial marketing authorization and lifecycle management. During the phase of the initial marketing authorization, the integrated the Module 2.3 section facilitated overall understanding, support efficient assessment, which include the Section 2.3.3 core quality information and the Section 2.3.4 product development and justification, and in Module 3, which serves as a repository for detailed description, method, and data, so on. So during the lifecycle management, core quality information contact must be maintained throughout the product lifecycle, ensure the current information exists. So integrated module 2.3 section and the development summary justification are supportive. Like maybe supplements or amending for the post-approval changes. Similarly, module 3 context supportive may be updated as needed. So this structure provides a clear basis for review for both with appropriate supportive data and information. So I'll walk you through each section of module 2. And we'll talk about module 3, of course, as well. The section 2.3.1 provides the fundamental business identification, the product identification information. The required information include the drug substance, drug product, names, dosage form, release, the strength, administration route, and the method, and so on. Now, an optional enhancement allows for schematic representation, especially a picture. So it's essentially a picture that illustrates product components and their functional relationships. This is very helpful, especially for complex products. So this section ensures anyone reviews the dossier immediately understanding what product they are evaluating. Next section is the 2.3.2 serve as a critical strategic purpose by providing a high-level overview and facilitate understanding in the efficiency assessment. This section building upon the ICH quality guided concept, where it considers patients' needs and reflects the core quality information context throughout the 3 integrated components: quality target product profile and the critical quality attributes, overall product development strategy, and overall control strategy. Now this diagram below shows the key relationship among the critical material attributes, the critical process parameters, the critical quality attributes across drug substance, excipients, so on. And provide a visual roadmap of the control strategies that support efficient regulatory assessment. The section 2.3.3 contains the core quality information, arguably the most important section of the entire submission, entire dossier. This section includes the information considered necessary to support science and risk-based regulatory assessment, enable the marketing authorization, and facilitate lifecycle management. The key characteristics are assessment basis, lifecycle management. The information must be current and comprehensive, what means that it includes all the information subject to lifecycle management. Now, an important principle here is that identification of established condition as per ICH Q12 should not result in reduction of the information of this section. We are not looking into the reduced information, rather organize it more effectively for assessment and lifecycle management. Section 2.3.4 serves to describe the development journey and provide scientific rationale for key decisions. The prime purpose of this section is to describe how the drug substance, drug product, components, if applicable, manufacturing process were developed. It includes the main choices made during the development and provide science and risk-based justification for the commercial process and control strategy. The key contact area include the process development, explain how the commercial process was established, control strategy justification, justify specific control was selected, and also the development choices were made during the process. The nature of this section, which is the development justification section, is supportive, meaning it may be amended or supplements for post-approval change submission as understand evolves or changes are made during the life cycle, product life cycle. The section 2.3.5 provides a comprehensive framework for managing changes throughout the product life cycle. It includes the major three sections: changes summary and justification section, which is used for post-approval change submission, include a summary of the proposal changes, and a table compare present and versus the proposal contact, update the CDD sections with a cross-reference and justification for the proposal update. And we have a product lifecycle management document, which is optional, of course. But it's valuable, contain a list of established condition, reporting category, post-approval change quality commitment, and also the list of the post-approval change management protocol, if applicable. Now, the last section, which is section 2.3.3, contains content of the post-approval change management protocol. Now, this structure supports proactive lifecycle management rather than reactive changing handling. The section 2.3.6 is optional, but it can be particularly valuable in certain circumstances, in certain conditions or certain situations. Its purpose is support overall benefit risk consideration. And this section is particularly relevant for the expedited review pathway, where there's maybe huge unmet medical needs. The key content include risk mitigation and how the quality risk was addressed, the patient-centric benefit, how benefit outweighs the residual or uncertainty, the impact assessment, which is the impact of safety and effectiveness, and also we want to make sure the product quality is considered adequate for the intended purpose. So this section helps the integrate quality consideration into overall benefit assessment, ensure the quality is not evaluated in isolation of the clinical considerations. Now let's move to Module 3. Module 3 continues to serve as a comprehensive repository for detailed information that supports Module 2.3, as we discussed before. Module 3 contains a detailed description method, data, and other relevant quality information. The information in Module 3 is supportive, may be amendment, or may be changed or revised or supplemented as a result of a post-approval changes. The structure accommodates the structure design, we use a modular approach. Now, this modular approach allows us to accommodate various product type and also various method, various substance, so on and so forth. Now, this comprehensive structure ensures all necessary supporting information is captured and organized logically. So I want to introduce some of the important concepts which we discussed in the M4Q R2. One of the significant improvement, the change in M4Q R2 is the introduction of a specific substance for different materials and components. This approach facilitates reuse of information, and minimize duplication when aligned with ISO IDMP standards. And also information, also all this material is organized standard format we call the DMCS model, Description Manufacturing Control Strategy. The subsection covers all type of material from starting material through the packaging material and raw material, substance, excipients, and so on and so forth. Now, specifically, information for analytical procedure and facility apply across the materials is present a dedicated section with a separate substructure and avoid unnecessary repetition. As I mentioned, now this DMCS model provides a standard approach to organize information about materials throughout M4Q R2. The most subsection follows this description manufacturing control strategy model. D represents the description, identifies the material, its key characteristics, whether this material is the raw material, substance, or even product. M represents manufacturing, outlines the product production process. C is the control, describes the quality control measures such as specification. And S is a storage, provides stability, continued closure system, and retesting period or shelf life. Now, this DMC model applied to across the main dossier section to support efficient information management and retrieval. Whether you are looking for at the substance, excipients, and drug product, you will find information organized consistently, make both preparation and access more efficient. So I want to give you an example about how this can organize information with the DMCS model. Specifically, we use product example. The study was called quality information. Here we focus on what the material is and the key characteristics. So this section contains essential high-level information that regulators and stakeholders needed to understand the finished dosage form. For example, description provides composition, the key attributes. The manufacturer summarizes the process and critical control. Control elements, the control section presents the specification. Storage covers the continued closure system, stability, and so on. The development summary and justification section goes deeper into specific science and risk-based justifications that support the choice reflected in CQI section. For example, we explain why a particular formulation was developed, how the manufacturing process was developed, evaluated, and we also provide overview of batch analysis that justify specification. And for storage, we summarize stability data and justify proposal continued closure system. So the key is the CQI section includes what, and this section provides why. And the how is included section that we call the body of data in the 3.2. So this section is basically the Module 3 includes important detailed supporting information like raw data, which include the experiment data for formulation and the product development, full batch analysis data, stability study data, and so on and so forth. So essentially, it provides evidence-based underpinning the summary and justification in DSJ and the high-level information captured in CQI. Together, these three layers, CQI, DSJ, and body of data, create a structured framework that makes the dossier more transparent, logical, and easy to navigate. Now, this model ensures that at each level, information is organized consistently by description, manufacture, control, and storage. I want to discuss about say a few words about product. I call the product glossary because we introduce some of the new terminology here. So this slide provides a comprehensive important product related terminology utilized in M4Q R2. So those definitions are essential because different regions may use slightly different terminology, and the harmonization requires us to be precise and consistent. Drug product. Drug product refers to finished dosage form in its final immediate packaging. In other words, the form of medicine is intended to be sold or supplied to patients. Medicinal product. I know so for some regions, for some countries, just like in North America, this new term, a broad term that covers pharmaceutical product or combination product that can be administered to human or animals. The purpose is a therapeutic diagnosis or preventative for those the medicine. The packaged medicinal product that emphasizes the medicinal product is contained within a packaging. Represents the final form that is distributed for sale and supply. Finally, we introduce a new term called a multi-constituent product. Multi-constituent product. Those products compose of two or more constituents meant to be used together for a specific purpose. They are packaged together in a single marketing unit. For example, a combination of drug product with medical device, or multiple finished dosage form providing same pack, and so on. Finally, pharmaceutical product is referred to the actual qualitative and quantitative composition of the product administered to the patient. So overall, those definitions ensure clarity and consistency across the region, make the regulatory submission and access more straightforward. By using common language, industry and regulators can avoid ambiguity when describe a product. I know when we introduce some of the new terms, you may be still confused. So I want to illustrate them with a specific example here. This practical example illustrated how the different product category working together in a real world scenario. This product consists of the product 1, we call the pre-filled syringe, product 2, which is powder in glass vial. And the PM section, which is the packaging medicinal product section, contains the information about packaging configurations, packaging process, packaging material. So in this case, of course, just like a case, needles, the pre-filled syringes, the powder for solution for injection. Now, pH section, which is called the pharmaceutical product after transformation section, describes the preparation of the solution for injection, essentially transform of the powder into solution. I know in some textbooks that we call the reconstitution. Frankly, globally we use different terms. So M4Q finally chose transformation, the term, which is utilized in the IDMP. Finally, medical device section provides information about inputted devices in our good leach requirement. So in this simple example, we have drug product 1, drug product 2, medical device, we have a medicinal product, packaging medicinal product, and we have a pharmaceutical product after transformation. So hopefully give you some idea how the information is organized together, provide a complete package for submission and approval. I want to say a few words about the regional information. While M4Q foster harmonize and convergence of a quality dossier, but we recognize some regions require specific information. So therefore, unlike a module M4Q we have a specific regional section. We do not have a regional section anymore with M4Q2. The idea is that the regional section is contained in a specific area which you specifically required. So basically, the company we call the core dossier. Well, when you submit it in a specific region or specific country, you can add additional, besides core document, additional requirement. So that way, it makes facilitated submission make it simpler. Instead of each region, each country require specific exactly the submission as we're going on right now. So the benefit of M4Q are to extend all stakeholders in pharmaceutical ecosystem. For industry, a clear regulatory expectation reduce uncertainty and develop cost, streamline the submission preparation, save the time and resource, and better support the life cycle management and post-approval changes, reduce regulatory burden throughout the product life cycle. For example, in the case of regional section, which is specifically under specific core dossier, so which is make our the preparation submission more efficient. For regulators, improved assessment efficiency allow the faster, more thorough review. The structures facilitate science-based, risk-based approaches. Also, provide opportunity for the future digitalization and also opportunity for artificial intelligence and machine learning, so on and so forth. Of course, the most benefit for our patients, that patients benefit from accelerated access to the new medicines and the improved life cycle management, which reduced supply issues. I know there's many shortages in some regions, some countries. So better organized information support the faster regularization that get effective treatment to patients sooner. And where are we? As you can see, that in the May of 2025, a couple months ago, that we eventually reached step 2, which the expert working group signed off, and a member of assembly, member of the regulatory members signed off. Now the guidance for public consultation. This guidance is already available at the ICH website. We are planning communication with the public like this year and the next year. Of course, when results all come back, we will review and resolve public comments in 2026. We are targeting for signing off in June 2027, and then following that is for implementation. Now, one of the important issue which we received during the development with the expert working group is that implementation. So I want to say a few words here. And the M4Q expert working group spent a lot of time to discuss the approaches and recommendations how the M4Q R2 should be implemented successfully. We emphasize global coordination. We recommend to establish a plan for implementation ECTD 4.0. If not yet. This is important in order to take advantage of the modular approach M4Q R2 that we really ask regulators to adopt the ECTD format. This format allowed us the information retrieve and also the cross-reference, so on and so forth. There's a lot of benefit with the ECTD 4.0. So we really ask regulators, I know that Japan and the other countries already implement, and certainly it's not an issue for the country who has not implement ECTD 4.0. We really wanted them to establish a plan to implement the CTD 4.0 because this is the basis to take the benefit of M4Q R2. And we are also looking for adequate transition period. We know this change is very significant. So therefore, it's crucial we have sufficient time between when we reach step 4 in the final implementation. Certainly, we also encourage that some region may be more forward, but we will really want to aim to support the digital advances and modernization while minimize the disruption for industry and regulators. So therefore, implementation of M4Q R2 should be thoughtful, coordinated, rather than abrupt. As I stated here, M4Q R2 will combine innovation, efficiency, and global harmonization to help patients receive treatment faster. That's our ultimate goal. Better outcomes for patients through a more efficient, effective regulatory process. We acknowledge that uphill stage of implementation will be challenged, but we must know the benefit for industry and regulators, and most importantly, patients, that justify effort of required for successful implementation. This slide contains some useful links for those interested in learning more or provide input. Here are the key resources. ICH M4Q R2 draft guidance is available at the first link. The concept paper is available in the second link, and also there's a page, ICH public consultation page. Any of you, we really want to encourage you to review those documents and participate in the consultation process. Your input is valuable for ensuring M4Q R2 meets the needs of all stakeholders. Thank you for your attention and participating in this important discussion about the future pharmaceutical quality submission. M4Q expert working group will present a true global collaborative effort with representation from the regulatory regions, industry, and observer organizations worldwide. This collective expertise ensures M4Q R2 will serve the global pharmaceutical community effectively. Successful implementation will require continued collaboration between industry, regulators, and other stakeholders. If you have questions or would like to provide input, please don't hesitate to contact the ICH Secretary at the address shown here. Your engagement in this process is essential for accelerating our shared goal for better treatment for patients worldwide through a more effective, more efficient regulatory process. With that, I want to thank you for your attention. Thank you.